Karaköy Tunnel, which connects the historic neighborhoods of Karaköy and Beyoğlu in Istanbul, opened in 1875 and is one of the oldest underground metro systems in the world. For many years, this tunnel has been used for public transport, and over time, rumors of paranormal activity began to emerge. But the most terrifying tale is the one about the ghost passenger, which occurred in the late 1980s. In the late 1980s, several people who took the Karaköy Tunnel late at night reported experiencing a strange and unsettling event. At the time, night services were rare, and one of the last trains was making its way through the tunnel. The driver and a few passengers thought it was just another ordinary night. According to multiple accounts, a few passengers who boarded the last carriage of the train noticed a man sitting silently in the far corner. He was covered in dust, as though he had been underground for a long time. His face was pale, his eyes sunken, and he made no attempt to make eye contact with anyone. One of the passengers, disturbed by the man's eerie stillness, walked closer to him, intending to say something. But just as they approached, the man suddenly vanished into thin air. The passengers in the carriage were thrown into a panic, having witnessed the man disappear as if he had evaporated. Some tried to explain it as a hallucination or a collective anxiety, but on the following trips, different groups of passengers reported seeing the same pale, dust-covered man, only for him to vanish again. The reports grew, and soon even the tunnel workers were talking about it. The story spread quickly throughout the city. Many people began to believe that the ghostly passenger was the spirit of a worker who had died during the tunnel's construction in the late 1800s. Back then, accidents were common, and many workers lost their lives when the tunnel collapsed or when they suffocated. There were even rumors that one of the workers had been trapped underground, and his body had never been fully recovered. This fueled the belief that the ghost was a restless spirit from the tunnel's dark past. Although the tunnel employees initially dismissed these claims, they eventually took some safety precautions after numerous complaints and reports. Yet, the paranormal incidents did not cease, and over time, the story became one of Istanbul's most well-known urban legends. For years, the haunted passenger of Karaköy Tunnel was a popular topic of conversation throughout Istanbul. Even today, some of the tunnel's workers and passengers recall the story with a shiver. There is still no rational explanation as to why people feel an unexplained sense of unease when approaching certain parts of the tunnel, especially at night. The tale of the ghostly passenger continues to cast a shadow over late-night trips, and the eerie legend has become one of Istanbul's most famous ghost stories. The haunted passenger of Karaköy Tunnel. This terrifying event, which took place in Istanbul, is a blend of the city's rich history and eerie supernatural occurrences.